Congratulations. Tell us, why don't we start with your Rotary history?
Well, my Rotary history, I started with a Rotary Club in Bakersfield, California, about 20 years ago. Part of the reason is that I was a staff officer with the fire department, and our chief decided that his staff officers need to belong to some community organizations to represent the department out in the communities. My uncle, who was a past district governor, belonged to a Rotary Club, and I knew something about Rotary as a service organization. So I reached out to him and joined a club there in Bakersfield. And then after being in Rotary for a while and seeing what Rotarians did, it really drew me to the concept of Rotary and what Rotary International is about, and that concept of service. We moved to Northern California to Placerville, and I joined the Mather Perkins Club there, which was a morning club and really energetic. We did a lot of work. I was a vocational committee chair, vocational service, and I got to see a lot of people's work that they did around the Sacramento and Mather areas. So I got a job in Washington, D.C. and ended up with a Rotary Club of Falls Church, Virginia, where I was the secretary and a couple of committee chairs, and ended up as the president of that club. And we relocated to Boise, and I found Boise Sunrise, which has become my Rotary home. So that's kind of my Rotary history.
So what is it about Rotary that you'd say inspires you the most?
I think it's the service element of Rotary that really inspires me. I get a chance to be a part of something that is larger than I am, but I am a small piece in a very large international puzzle. By being a part of Rotary International, we impact lives not only locally, but regionally, nationally, and internationally.
And so what is one service project in all your years of Rotary that you would say has most inspired you?
So we came up with the idea of installing buddy benches at some of the schools where we do our everyday leadership program. And the everyday leadership students have dedicated themselves to be the watchdogs for the buddy bench. So if a student at this elementary school feels left out, or they feel like they need to talk to somebody, if they sit on the buddy bench, the everyday leadership students will run over and sit down and say, hey, do you need a friend? Or so you want to talk about something today? They've really taken a leadership role in doing what the buddy benches were designed to do. And that's helped other students that may be feeling lonely or left out.
How about what is your vision for District 5400?
Well, I think into the future, kind of what I envision for our district is to continue to help the district grow. And a part of that, I think, is that we need to, as district leaders and as club leaders, embrace the challenge of change. We've seen what COVID did to a lot of our clubs and how we met. We've met online, we met hybrid, we've met in person, back to hybrid, back to virtual. So all of those changes, and how Rotary International is changing with some new perspectives, with diversity and inclusion and equity kind of with things, and how we present ourselves, and how do our clubs really mirror what our communities are and how we serve, and how do we reach out to get new Rotarians, not new members, but new Rotarians. There, in my mind, there is a difference. You can belong to the club, you can come to lunch or breakfast or dinner, whatever your club meets, pay your dues, be there every week, smile, have a few friends, but to actually be a Rotarian in your heart and understand the true meaning of being a Rotarian. I think those will be the challenges into the future of how do we reach out. I have a concept of our club leaders and our district leaders being agents of change. Do we need a new club for educators, teachers who get to school early and they have to stay late? Club for them that meets every other Saturday at somebody's house or someplace where they can come for coffee and bring their own kids, and have a family of Rotary club, so to speak, that's, focused on educators. So anyway, those are some of the challenges that I think we face, is bringing in new Rotarians and being agents of change to see how we can be more effective.
Steve, what strengths would you say that you bring to the office of district governor someday, or nominee elect?
Well, one of the things I think that my background brings for me is being a leader of a lot of different teams and within organizations. And I have a lot of ideas. And I am not a micromanager. I like to delegate. I like to get the word out, and I like to help. You know, if somebody is in need, you know, and I think part of the biggest job that a district governor and the district leadership team has is drilling down and finding out how can we be most impactful to the clubs by helping them be more successful.
What accomplishments in Rotary would you say you're most proud of?
One of my accomplishments has been to honor my uncle, who was a past district governor who just passed away about a year ago, belonging to the Paul Harris Society and attaining that major donor status.
I think our district is in great hands. Between Janice and Marie and then you, holy cow, we are lucky district to have you guys.